We may have lost the dodo, but we are saving an even funnier bird! Hi everybody, I'm Animal Boy, and welcome to Amazing Animal News, the show that brings you happy news about animals! Today's video is all about Kakapos, the greatest animal that you have never heard of. Not only are Kakapos the world's fattest parrot, but they're also the world's only flightless parrot. Only in the bird world could you be fat and flightless and still be the oddity. These birds evolved exclusively in New Zealand, where, for much of its history, the kakapo only had to worry about being eaten by falcons and or giant eagles. Their defense mechanism is that when they're scared and they think, oh no, big predator coming, whatever shall I do? They stand very still and blend in with their surroundings. See, look, I could be like a kakapo. Just two blue books, white book in the middle. This was all well and good until humans came, and this method of standing very still was not effective against people who could just walk up to them, bonk food. Plus the people, they also introduced all sorts of rats and cats and dogs and stoats, and they ate all of the kakapos. So much so that the island used to be overfested with kakapos, but in 1995 there were only 51 left. To help save this unique and rare species, the government of New Zealand turned to the works of naturalist Don Merton. Don Merton and his team developed this revolutionary way of protecting island species. While I couldn't find an official name coined for this term, I'm calling it Mini Island Big Plans, or MBPMP. MBPMP is this amazing method that involves finding a small island that no one is living on, eradicating all of the predators and invasive species from the island, and then taking the endangered species, originally done with the black robin of also New Zealand, and putting them on this island. This method helped the black robin go from roughly 5 individuals to over 300! The Kakapo team decided to copy Merton's homework. They ground up all of the remaining Kakapos left in the world, again only 51, and moved them to 4 predator-free islands of Codfish, Little Barrier, Maud, and Manna. This method worked sustainably for a really long time, causing the kakapo population to get to over 250 individuals. There's just one small problem with this method. The kakapos reached their carrying capacity. I covered carrying capacity more in depth when we talked about the Asiatic lines of gear, but the TLDR version is that the carrying capacity is the maximum amount of organisms any area can support. If the species goes over its carrying capacity, it collapses in on itself. So far, 3 out of the 4 islands have reached their kakapo carrying capacity. Wow. Try saying that 5 times fast. Kakapo carrying capacity, kakapo carrying capacity, kakapo carrying capacity, kakapo carrying capacity, kakapo carrying capacity. Guess it wasn't as bad as I thought. With the imminent threat of the kakapo population collapsing, there is just one thing the people of New Zealand could do to save the world's greatest bird. Reintroduce them to the mainland. In July, 4 male kakapos were released into the mountain Tatari sanctuary of mainland New Zealand. This marks the first time any kakapo has been living in the mainland in roughly 40 years. This sanctuary is surrounded by a 47-kilometer pest-proof fence. They even added a steel structure on this fence to make sure that it is kakapo-proof. This is the safest place any kakapo can be on Earth. The names of the 4 males reintroduced are, and I apologize in advance to any Maori people watching this, I will probably butcher these names and I am sorry. Their names are Otipoti, Matupuhue, Mahutonya, and Bunker. Just Bunker. No fancy words for him, he's Bunker. We love him, but he's bunker. The current plan is to let these males settle in, establish their territories, and then release more Kakapos in the future. For more on this reintroduction, we go to Puppetaria's own resident Kakapo, Siracco.
Thank you, Animal Boy. That was quite a great monologue. A nice monologue indeed. However, there was something very important you forgot to mention. One of the ways us Kakapos decide on our territory is the acoustics. Yes, acoustics. You see, we find a nice big hole in the ground in a nice perfect place, and then boom into the night. Going boom to try to attract a mate. I wrote a song about it, actually. It goes something like this. Ever since I was a wee Kakapo, pretty sure somewhere else there were girl Kakapos. We could soar to great heights, yes, though we might be flightless. At least we could try, stepping off something high. But the removed fruit's ripe, so I've come back to town to show off this great hole that I've dug in the ground. It is just to the right of this dirt in a mound, which is found to the left of my hole in the ground. I know you'll come if I make a sound. So for 8 straight hours tonight, I'll be making this sound. I go boom boom for you, girl, the best boom boom in our world. Maybe my boom boom's better than the boom booms of others. I go boom boom for you, girl, the best boom boom in the world. Baby, my boom boom's better than the boom boom of others. So boom 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 boom. Everybody, boom 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 boom. I'm a Kakapo.
Beautiful song, Siracco. It has been well established by this point that Kakapos are weird. One of the weirdest things about Kakapos comes from how they breed. You see, a Kakapo breeding season isn't guaranteed every year. No, that would be too easy. They had to be different. Instead, Kakapos only breed when the fruit of the Rimu tree is at its ripest, which happens about once every 5 years. This uncertainty of when they will breed, plus the general lack of fear in the stupidest way possible, means that New Zealanders need to pull out all of their tricks to keep this bird alive. And you know what? They do! This bird, it's still a thing. It shouldn't be, but it is. New Zealanders just love their birds. The entire part of the world, Australia, Tasmania, New Zealand, they're really passionate about local wildlife. And that's something that, my friend, we can learn from them. Have a good day, and remember folks, as author Douglas Adams puts it, not only has the Kakapo forgotten how to fly, but it has forgotten that it has forgotten how to fly. Meaning, and this is not a joke, they jump out of trees flapping their wings and fall to the ground. See ya!